What is going on, y'all? It is the Caveman back at it again with another video, and well, we're back. The Buffalo Sabres, they're back in action. We're back finally. I actually missed them. I was, having a love-hate relationship before they were gone from the COVID issues, and I missed them a lot. And now they're back, and it's almost like we did not skip a beat from where we previously were before the break. We came out and played pretty much the same exact hockey we have been playing this entire season so far. I can easily sit here and just whine and cry about the same thing everybody else is whining about how we're issues with that, issues with this, issues here, issues there. I could do that. I could very easily do that. I guess, I'll do a little bit of that here and there. I guess the biggest thing I'm going to say is we can't win if we don't score goals. We lost to the Islanders both these games. It was pretty much the same game. Like, I literally, if I tried to talk about these games separately, I would be literally just having deja vu. Like, each game was pretty much the same, except the difference was the Olofsson goal that we got in the first game got taken off the board in the second game due to an offside call that wasn't even close. I don't know how the linesman even missed the offsides in the first place in that second game, but that was literally the only difference. We lost 3-1 with an Olofsson goal in the first game, and then 3-0 with the Olofsson goal get taken off the board. He scored, it just got taken off because of the offside. It was literally a mirror image of each game. But the issue is simple. You can't win games if you do not score goals. I get it, the first Islanders game, we were missing like half of our actual starting lineup due to still COVID issues, but still, nevertheless, we got a lot of them back in the second game, and things just still were not any different. In the first game, we actually went 23 minutes, the last 3 minutes of the second period, and then the entire third period without a shot on goal. If that's not the most impressive, unimpressive, shocking, yet ugly thing you've ever heard, I don't know what is. How do you go an entire period? How do you go 23 minutes in a hockey game without a shot on goal? All you have to do is rip it from the blue line and just hit the goalie in the leg like a bullshit shot off the pad. Like 23 minutes. The first game, just absolute mess, In the second game, we come out and pretty much just have the same first two periods of just absolute nonsensical hockey. If you go down in the game against the New York Islanders, you lose. Like, if you go down more than 2 goals, you pretty much lose and you have no chance of getting back in the game. They play the most disciplined yet boring hockey I've ever seen. Like, it's actually amazing. They must have sat every single New York Islander down in a room, a locked, dark, very dark room. Strapped them down in an electric chair, and they literally watched film of guys dumping the puck, dumping and chasing, and sitting in a compressed box in front of the net in their own defensive zone. What to do in the offensive zone? Dump and chase. What to do in the defensive zone? Sit in a compressed box. They must have had them strapped in a dark room, and if they had any ideas of doing anything else, they got shocked. There's no other way you could explain 21 guys on a hockey team doing that same thing over and over and having so much discipline to not even take penalties. It's amazing. Like, I mean, the New York Islanders, it's just, they won both of those games in the most New York Islander fashion I've ever seen. The second game, we made freaking, what was that dude's name? Sorokin or whatever? The dude's 0-3 on the New York Islanders. A goaltender 0-3 on the New York Islanders, and we made him look like a Vezina winner in the third period. I mean, we finally started to generate opportunities in the third period, and he was just coming out and throwing windmills around left and right that weren't even necessary. We made freaking, I don't even know his first name, Sorokin. He's from the KHL, starting his 4th game in the NHL. He's literally 0-3. He freaking gets his first win against who else other than the freaking Buffalo Sabres. He looked good doing it, and it's just the other sickening part. It's just we could not score a goal. And we did, but it was on the power play, our only source of offense. Literally Victor Olofsson on the right side hash marker, on the right side circle, on that left-handed shot. He's literally our only offense. It's actually bad. We struggle to maintain offensive possession and actually get good opportunities. We could cycle it around a lot, but we struggle to find open lanes to actually get good shots off. And when you're down in the game, it just leads to us, wasting our own time, especially against the Islanders. The way they play hockey, it's just, oh my God, it's like watching paint dry. I saw a tweet that said it's like rooting for homework. Rooting for the Islanders is like rooting for homework. And I was like laughing at this tweet because it's so freaking true. If I was an Islander fan, I wouldn't even be happy. Like, how are you happy watching this game in and game out? Like, they're winning, but it's just so boring. Of course, I'm going to say it. If you blame the goalies, I'm sorry. Don't take this the wrong way. It doesn't mean I don't like you as a person or anything. But if you're blaming the goalies at this point in time, you, honest to God, don't have the simplest clue of what is going on the ice at all. If you're blaming the goalies, I mean, like, John J. Pajot, is he an NHL player? When he gets a free shot from the left hash mark right in on Carter Hutton, and he lets it in. That's not on Carter Hutton. It's on, I think it was Colin Miller for not getting his stick in the lane, because that's a good shot from that angle. It was not a bad angle, unlike the goal that Omar let in the first game. That was a bad angle. John J. Pajot in the second game, not a bad angle. He sniped Carter Hutton because it's a good shot. A good shot from a high percentage scoring area, so it's like you can't blame the goal. I mean, I get it. Linus Ullmark let in that iffy goal in the first game, but even then, we still don't win without that goal. know, we got to score, man. The goalies are probably the last issue we have right now. We have 6 top forwards that just are producing at the level of a Pee Wee major team in the NHL. We called up the Buffalo Junior Sabre team that goes off to Quebec and plays in that tournament every year to play for the Sabres. It would probably be the same result. That's how bad our offense has been. It's just, where is it, man? We just 5-on-5, still miserable. Power play is the only way we ever have it. I don't know. There's just not much to say, man. Both of these games were mirror images of each other. The Islanders got the lead early in the game, and we just could not crack that little shell that they curl up into, and that defensive, like, oh my God, it's so frustrating. Do you know what it reminds me of? Actually, now, I don't know if anybody played Pokemon when they were younger or whatever the case may be, if they know of Pokemon or anything. Whenever you played against a Pokemon trainer that had, like, say they had, like, a Metapod or something. I'll call it Metapod. This dude was he was strictly defense. He was very little offense. His offense was defense. He would just continue to use Harden over and over again to boost his defensive stats, and it got so hard to penetrate his, like, to hurt the Pokemon because he just continued to use Harden. That is what this freaking team reminds me of. The Islanders, it's just like they go up 2 goals and it's like they go into the shell of Harden and you just can't break them. I don't know, man. What else do I even say about these 2 games? There's 2 extremely boring hockey games with a bad team and a team that just doesn't play any offense. 2 very boring hockey games that really were mirror images of each other. We have the Washington Capitals on Thursday. We get a wacky schedule coming up because we had a couple games off, or a couple weeks off because of the COVID issues. So I guess I'll cut them just a little bit of slack here. They just came off of a 2-week break and they're playing against a very defensive team, as a team that just cannot score in general. So it just was a bad matchup on top of the fact that we just came off a 2-week break. So I'll just cut them a little bit of slack, and we just don't have our full lineup. So I'm going to be the moral victory guy here. We had a good third period in the second game. We really started to put on some pressure on the Islanders. We showed flashes of offense. So maybe we can carry that over into Thursday against the Washington Capitals, and maybe we can get some offense going and string a couple wins together, because we're really going to need it if we want to make a run in the postseason. Now, of course, my plan with these Sabres games was to do like 2 at a time, because they were playing the same team twice in a row, and now with all these reschedulings, now it's all screwed up. So now I got to rethink about how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I'll do a video after, you know, every single game, because I play the Capitals on Thursday, and then play the Devils on Saturday, and then the Islanders on Monday. So it's like all screwed up now. It'll be a couple games before it goes back to somewhat normalcy for the 2020 season. Let me know what you thought of the games. You know, I'm sure everybody has about the same thought process of these last 2 games. There's really not, I mean, you can comment down below, but it's probably going to be exactly what, you know, everybody else is thinking. It's literally, everybody has the same thoughts at this point about the Sabres. It's just absolutely miserable. But I still want to know down below. It's always good to have conversation. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you want to hit the bell to be notified when I upload, I would appreciate that. If you want to go over to Twitter and follow me over there, I would appreciate that as well. And I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.